Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bought it. U.P.K, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm about it. U.P.K too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walk around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shorter and I show her. She could never get a priest hold. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. U.P.K, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. U.P.K play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga, I popped off for a neck. If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. U.P.K, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we're talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere of and they wonder it's not me. This beef, we shred a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach you with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'm a go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They brain got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, niggas, so let it go. Made for this. Nigga, I eat bars and drink flows, thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, state bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laughing these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this janitor with the mop stick. You gonna need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10, I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl, I'm talking about another gun. Head now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas, we burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can head now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga, I don't fear clown. Silences make it sound like raindrop, that's a firestorm. Get the job done in the view or get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war, I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex, that's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga, I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Shit is just different, man. I'm showing the difference.
I'ma show them it's a difference. I'ma only say this once, you better listen. When West is where it started, so you know that's where it finished. We got one main objective, nigga, let's complete the mission. We explaining what the who, lead them bitches in they feelings. Snub on me, only time I put my nose inside your business. I don't want my gun to show, so I wear my shirt bigger. This is our world, cause if this was your world, I'd be the villain. Break his whole block down, all I gotta do is business. Stuff in Mac shell drums, turn your crib to Sunday dinner. You don't live here, you visit, this my shit, it's a difference. I don't do lean, Lobos in my cup is what I'm sipping. I don't do dreams, I just say a prayer, go and get it. And it all work out, you know this ain't for play, this ain't for fun. I've been destined for this shit, niggas know that I'm the one. This shit can go 100 yards, you would think I kicked a punt. You would think I had a flare gun on go, you niggas run. They like he an Israelite, all he rap about is guns. Bitch, I'm an Israelite that own a lot of guns. What that nigga said who? Tell him watch the grind. Yeah, you must be crazy if you ever think of stopping mine. Knock all of the chains out you niggas, make them drop a dime. This tour is whole 12, it is not a zodiac sign. Piss me off, get me in my bag, make me drop a bomb, drop a nuke, make the world freeze, I can stop the time. Watch what you do, cause once you do it, you can't press rewind. On purpose, I do the opposite, so nigga cross the line. This is different, I ain't looking for trouble, but on point, in case you think I rap. Turn him to a vegetable, lead this nigga cabbage patch. No new niggas with me, if you see him, then they got my back. Got it out the mud, big stepping, you can see the tracks, follow me. I can teach you something, have her see relax. If you gonna speak on anything, just make sure it's fact. It's a difference, we are not the same, help them notice that. Pay attention, watch how we move, we can know we can't. Hang around all real niggas and we move as one. This ain't Fortnite, get into it, ain't no 1v1. The smoke I bring to you, you can't take it in with your lung. Life about warfare, we just make it look fun. She asked what kind of oil I got on, I told her give them some. When West the only real niggas left, you better get you one. Chicken shop, giving out wings if I pull a drum. It's a difference, you better watch your words before you eat your tongue. Scrape the whole plate, not a trace nor leave a crumb. Ice falling off the watching chain like it's freezer burn. Daring somebody to say my name, I would eat to him. Loyalty means everything, so I don't eat with them.
Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Friday, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I did it, nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up to solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for it, I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin on kindness. I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers, say they want some smoke, though. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we run it, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. If you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but
We're unmuted. Shalom. Yahweh Shemel Shabbat to all the brothers. Shalom. Yahweh Shemel Shemel Shabbat to all the sisters. Slakia. About to go live on TikTok. Shalom TikTok. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Gen.YAHANNA since 1969. We've been teaching that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native men, women, and children are God's chosen people according to the Bible. Today is the Wednesday night law class, and we're going to start off. If you can, Nathaniela, can you give me Isaiah 28 and 9? Isaiah 28 and 9. We're gonna talk about some milk scriptures today. We're gonna talk about milk in general, and the milk scriptures, the milk for newborn babes. It helps them with their development, helps them with their nourishment. It's energizing, refreshing, and that's the same way what the milk scriptures are for when you first come into the truth as a young man, as a trooper, as a young officer. We need the milk scriptures. It's our base, it's our foundation. It's what everything else is built upon. Some examples of the milk scriptures: the color scriptures, the colors all throughout the Bible. Christ, our King, Yahweh Shemashia, is a black man. He's a black man from the tribe of Judah. The Most High God is a black man in spirit. The angels are black. The brotherhood scriptures. We gotta love each other. We gotta love our neighbor as we love ourselves. The chariots. The UFOs are so-called chariots of the Bible. Chariots of the Bible, and so forth and so on. So read the book of Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 9.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 28 verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Whom shall he teach knowledge? Most High God is asking, the question is being asked. Whom shall he teach knowledge? So we want to get the understanding of the Bible, get the understanding of the scriptures in its entirety. We need to know something. Read.
Okay. And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
That doctrine is talking about the scriptures. Whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Not anyone can understand this book. This book has been closed for a long time. It only has been recently been opened since 1969, when the priests and prophets came back on the earth. Before that, it was closed. No one understood the Bible. No one understood what the Bible was actually talking about. The blacks, the Hispanics, Native men, women, and children are the Israelites, are the people of the book. Read Nathaniela. Nathaniela, right? Yeah. No, not Nathaniela. I said Nathaniela.
Okay. Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. Say we gotta be weaned from the milk. We need that nourishment. We need that milk. We need it. We need the milk scriptures. And read.
Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept.
For precept must be upon precept. So we always back up a scripture with another scripture. It's like the Bible is like a puzzle. Precept must be upon precept. So you read.
Okay. Precept upon precept.
Precept upon precept. So you'll use this verse with this verse. You'll connect that verse with that verse. Read.
Line upon line.
Line upon line. Read.
Line upon line.
Line upon line. So you'll use this line with that line. Use that line with this line. Read.
Okay. Here a little and there a little.
Here a little and there a little. So that's what we use. We use here a little. You'll use a little bit here and a little bit there to connect it all together. So now let's get 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2. The milk, see, we need the milk. The milk is where it's at. We're gonna get into some milk scriptures. It's going to be the main focus is going to be Christ didn't do away with the law. Christ didn't do away with the law, since this is the law class. But I want to get some precepts on the milk. Read Nathaniel.
Oh God, this is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 2. As newborn babies,
As newborn babes. So as newborn babes, when we first come in, when we first zealous, you got that all that zeal. You want to do the work of the Lord. You want to do what you got zeal. You zealous. You come to class. You checking in. You tuning in. You paying your tithes. You following orders. Read.
oh God, desire the sincere milk of the word.
Desire the sincere milk of the word. That's what we need to desire, the sincere milk of the word. We need to desire the sincere milk. We need to desire Christ. Christ only loves us. The Most High God only loves us. Christ only died for us. Now let's get Matthew 5:17.
Oh God.
So we're gonna talk about Christ, who Christ died for, because Christian church say, or no, flock here. We're gonna talk about Christ didn't do away with the law, because the Christian church would say that the law is done away with, but it's not. The law is not done away with. It has always been in effect. It has always been effective. The law has never been done away with. Read.
Oh God, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets.
Think not. So it says think not, meaning don't think. Don't think. Don't put this into your mind. Don't let this occur in any spasm of your brain. Don't allow this to enter into your thoughts. Think not. Don't think. Read from there. Don't think. Think not.
Oh God. Think, you said don't think.
Or just read it from the top of the show.
Come on. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets.
Think not that I've come to destroy the law or the prophets. See, he hasn't come to destroy the law. Christ said, what color are these words written in? Red. So these coming out of Christ's own mouth. Words coming out of Christ's own mouth. Think not that I've come to destroy the law or the prophets. Read.
Oh God. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
He reiterated. I have come not to destroy. See, he had to reiterate. He reiterated. He doubled down on it. I have come not to destroy, but to fulfill. And then he expressed what he came to do. He came to complete. He came to accomplish, to complete the mission, to fulfill the law, to do it, to keep all the laws, commandments in its entirety. Read.
God, verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass.
For verily, for truly, for certainly, for verily I say unto you. For verily I say unto you. Read from there.
Till heaven and earth pass.
Till heaven and earth pass. So as long as so in this sense, as long as we see the heavens, the sun in the sky, once we wake up in the morning, and as long as you can step on the ground underneath your feet, read.
one jot or tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. That jot is a dot of that jot is a dot of an I, and that tittle is a cross of a T. So none of the words in the Bible, none of the words in the book is going to go away. It's going to be done away with. It's going to go away as long as the heavens are still here, as long as the earth is beneath your feet. And as it stands, the sun, the heavens are still here, and the earth is still here. So the law is still in effect. Read on.
Time. Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
So therefore, whosoever shall break one of these least commandments. So if you break one of the least commandments, if you eat a little bit of pork, if you eat a little bit of tuna fish, if you eat a little bit of crab, and remember, no sin is greater than one sin. They are all. If you break one, you're guilty of them all. If you break one, you're guilty of the law. If you break one law, you're guilty. It's as if you're guilty of them all. Like eating pork is just as bad as committing adultery or committing murder. But read that part again, Slakia.
Okay. Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments.
Therefore, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments. Break one of the least commandments. We can't break. If you break one of the least commandments, read.
Okay. And shall teach men so.
And worse than that, you're putting your life in danger when you break one of these least commandments, because you're basically saying you don't want a seat in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
But then you go ahead and teach other people to break them as well. So you're putting your brother in danger as well as yourself. That is not a good look towards the Most High God. You're destroying yourself and you're destroying your neighbor, your brother. Read.
Come. He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
So in the kingdom of heaven, that person is going to be called the least in the kingdom. The least. So when Christ come back in all his glory with 200 million angels, and he sets up his rulership, his kingdom, and then there's going to be Christ, 144,000, and then the Israel. Then it's going to be Israel, but under that it's going to be just like how Esau has his kingdom set up. He has middle class, upper class, lower class. There are going to be even the lower class in our kingdom is still going to be better than the heathens, but you're going to be least in our kingdom. You don't want that if you can get a shot to be in the 144,000 or be in the higher ups in the kingdom. Read.
It's like if I could.
Kind of.
What would be like the least of the kingdom? That'd be like the doormaid or something like that.
What in our kingdom? The least in our kingdom.
What? I remember,
go ahead.
I remember what was the King David say? He would be lucky if he be just a doorman or something like that.
Or
King of Women. So it's like that you consider the least.
That'll be one. Okay, a position like that. Yeah, that'll be one of the positions that would. Okay. I gotta get back to you on that one. I gotta get back to you on that one. I gotta get back to you on that one. That specific duty. Of the least. But read on, Baba Shaw.
Verse 20. I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees.
So I say unto you that except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees. The scribes and Pharisees were the religious leaders of that time, and they had an appearance of righteousness, but they wasn't keeping the law. They would teach the people the law, but they wouldn't keep the law themselves. They wouldn't keep the law themselves. So they was basically hypocrites at that time. So Christ is telling us. So read again from the top.
Verse 20. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
So we can't be hypocrites like the Pharisees, the scribes and Pharisees. Like we have to be 100% righteous. We have to keep the law, teach the law, and all that. We can't be hypocrites, or we won't make the kingdom. We just all our work will be in vain. Christ will say, "I never knew you," in the day he came, on the day he come back. And you don't want that. You don't want Christ to say that to any of us. Get thee away from me, ye workers of iniquity. I never knew you. You might lose the spirit right then and there before the fire gets you or get us. Before the fire gets us, thermonuclear fire from the destruction. Let's get Matthew 19 and 16. Bubba Kishore.
Okay.
Matthew 19 and 16. Christ did not do away with the law. The law is still in effect and will remain in effect. Even in the kingdom, we still gonna have to keep the law. So this is we are rehearsing the righteous acts now.
Right.
Read.
God, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master.
And behold, one came and said unto him. So this was a young man coming to Christ. He wanted to ask him a question. And he's called him good master. Read.
God. What good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
What good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? That was the question he asked. He wanted to know how he can have eternal life. He wanted to know how he can make it in, how he can make it into the kingdom. Read.
Okay. Verse 17. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good?
And Christ had to check him. Christ had to check him immediately. Why callest thou me good? Read.
Oh God, there is none good but one.
There is none good but one. There's only one that's good. And that's the Most High. That's the Most High. Not saying that Christ wasn't perfect. It's just that the glory and the honor goes to the Most High. And we can't take Christ wasn't going to get gamed up by he wasn't going to get gamed up by being called good, because he knows that the glory goes to the Most High. Read.
God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
But Christ answered this question. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. See, Christ was reiterating this time and time again. Keep the commandments, keep the commandments, keep the commandments. That was our covenant with the Most High God. He would give us all these blessings. He would put us up on high. He would put us on top of all the other nations if we obey him, if we be obedient servants. Read.
Come. Verse 18. He said unto him, which?
And this is the young man asking. The young man asked him, which commandments I got to keep? The young man asks, which commandments I have to keep? But we all know that we got to keep all the commandments. We got to keep all the commandments of the Lord. We can't pick and choose which commandments we like to keep and like to do. We got to keep them all. That's just how it is. We got to keep all the commandments of the Lord. But he said which, and then I'm going to catch up with you. And Christ's response was, thou shalt do no murder. Oh, sure, I remember the thou shalt do no murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. I'm on verse 19. So Christ was saying, he was just running down some of the commandments to him. Read.
Verse 19. Honor thy father.
Honor thy father.
And honor thy mother.
And honor thy mother. Again, running down some of the commandments we supposed to be keeping. Read.
And thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Read.
Okay. Verse 20. The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up.
And the young man answered and said, all these things have I kept from my youth up. So the young man said he kept all these. So here's our king response. Read.
What lack I yet?
What lack I yet, he asks. Read.
Verse 21. Jesus said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect.
If thou wilt be perfect. Because this is what we have to strive for, perfection. This is what, if thou wilt be perfect. Read.
Okay. And go sell that thou hast and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. So this particular young man was very rich. And Christ told him, go sell what you have, give to the poor, but you will have. What did it say? Read. Okay. And thou shalt have treasure in heaven. But thou shalt have treasure in heaven. So he wasn't losing anything. It may have seemed like for now he's taking a loss, but his brothers, the poor, his brothers love your neighbor as you love yourself. He was helping them out if he would have done what Christ said. And then Christ told him he was going to have treasure in heaven. Read. Come and follow me. Also, so he had two requirements. Go, sell all that has, and come and follow me. Then he had to follow Christ. Then he had a role with Christ after that. So let's see what the young man decided to do. Read on. Okay, verse 22. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful. He left. He rolled out. He sorrowfully. He couldn't do those orders. Read. For he had great possessions. He was rich. He had great possessions.
He couldn't let go of the worldly possessions that he owned. He couldn't let go, and that's some things that we got to do. We got to let go of the world. Whatever is keeping us in the world, we got to let go. Whether it's you can't let nothing stop you from being part of this truth. Whether it's worldly possessions, whether it's a job, family, nothing can. Because what Christ said, if you love if you love your mother more than me, paraphrasing that scripture, Nathaniel. If what is it? If you love your father or mother more than me, let me see if I can grab it real fast. If you love your mother more than me, you're not worthy of me. You're not worthy of me. And he that saves his life shall lose it. And he that loses his life for my sake shall save it. So that's the type of time we got to be on.
So that's Matthew 10:37.
10:37. You can read it if you want.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 37. Then saith he unto his disciples.
Then saith he unto his disciples.
No, that was the wrong chapter. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 37. He that loveth his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
He that loveth his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. The young man, he loved his possessions more than Christ, so he wasn't worthy of Christ. We gotta put everything. Christ died for us so that we can make it back to him. So now we have to give everything up for him. Our lives are not our own. Our lives is his. Meaning we gotta keep these laws, statutes, and commandments at any cost. We don't celebrate birthdays no more. We don't go around the Thanksgiving dinner table. We don't eat hot dogs and hamburgers on the 4th of July, or light fireworks on the 4th of July, in honoring that holiday. We don't do those things. Read, and not done more of that. Back to Matthew 19 chapter.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse. You want me
Keep going where you left off.
Okay, verse 23. Then Jesus said unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Then Christ said unto his disciples, then a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. Meaning it's very difficult for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven, because the riches, the wealth, it blinds. The possessions, it blinds. Because it's hard to give it all up after you gain all those possessions. But if you want to gain something even greater, see Christ, okay, the Most High God is offering something even greater than those possessions right now. Eye have not seen, ear have not heard, nor came into the imagination of the minds of men the things the Most High God have in store for them, that for those that believe on it. Meaning, I got you, Nathan. I'm about to come to you. Meaning, there's things that Most High God have planned for us that we haven't seen, nor heard, nor came into our minds, our thoughts, our imagination. So whatever we can think that the kingdom going to be like is even going to be better than that. So even people think of the craziest things, what the kingdom going to be like, in righteousness, of course. But it's going to even be better than that. Go ahead, Nathan.
No, I was going to say that if you was bringing out heavy on this, even if you look at celebrities today, that falls off. Yeah, I mean, they always sit there trying to do something extra. Yeah, I mean, or even when they go broke, they always trying to do something to go viral.
Right.
They money to go back. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
some money. So.
Right. Yeah.
Rich man can't stay poor.
Right. Rich man can't stay poor. It's like once you have a taste of that wealth, it's almost like a disease. It's like rich man disease. Read on, Nathaniel.
Verse 24. And again, I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven.
And we know how hard that is for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. That's than for a rich man. So it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. That is the complexity of what we're working with here. And we know how the improbability of that happening, the impossibility of that happening for a camel to go through an eye of a needle. You know that would take a full-blown miracle. But read.
God. Rich man to the kingdom of God. Verse 25. When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed.
When the disciples heard it, they was exceedingly amazed. Yes, they was amazed because they was amazed about
saying, who then can be saved?
Saying, who then can be saved? Because at that time they thought that at that time Israelites thought that the wealthy, it was a blessing. It was a blessing to have wealth at that time. The blessing to be wealthy and rich at that time. And then it was like, so if the rich man can't enter into the kingdom, so what chances do we have? The ones that are on the bottom, the ones that are poor. But read.
Verse 26. But Jesus beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible.
But Jesus beheld and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. So the Most High God can make a way. The Most High God can make a way. He can, because He can change our hearts and our minds and our spirits. He can put the Holy. We can get the Holy Spirit. We can get the Most High God's vibe, His personality. But that comes with changing our lives, wanting to follow Christ, wanting to be obedient to the Lord, and do what we supposed to do. Read on.
Verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?
So this is Peter, Christ's second in command, the head disciple. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and have followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Peter wanted to know because they was fishers. Yeah, fishers. And Christ made them fishers of men. And they wanted to know what's in store for them for giving up everything. For giving up everything. What's in store for them? What are they going to get? Read.
God. Verse 28. And Jesus answered unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regenerations, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory.
And this was Christ's response. Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me. So all the men that follow Christ, And the regeneration, so when the time comes, so in the generation in which Christ come back to take his throne with 200 million angels behind his back, when Christ come back to take his throne with 200 million angels behind his back, and shall sit in the throne of his glory. Read.
Oh God, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones.
So the 12 disciples going to sit upon 12 thrones. Doing what? Read.
God, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So they got something. They got something coming for them. And we got something coming for us, that we just stay the course. Those disciples who roll with Christ, they're going to judge. They're going to sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. They're going to be on the top of the 144,000. It's going to be Christ, then it's going to be them, then it's going to be us. Read, Bubba Shaw.
Oh God. Verse 29. And everyone that had forsaken house, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake.
So everyone that has forsaken, have given up houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for Christ's name's sake, for Christ's reputation, for Christ's livelihood. Read.
Oh God. Shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life.
Shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life. We'll see. You go like that is an amazing, truly an amazing blessing or reward for just following Christ and sacrificing, giving up all for Christ. So now let's get 1 John 2 and 3. Baba Kashar. Christ did not do away with the law. He did. And once we get that through our heads, we want to understand that the law is still in effect. And yes, First John, chapter 2, and verse 3. We're going to understand that the law is still in effect. And that means we have obligations to keep. We have rules to follow. We have commandments to complete.
Set 3, right?
Yes.
All right.
So let's get it done. Because remember, in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, in the first verse, we'll be blessed. We'll be blessed. If we keep the command. Paraphrasing. If we keep these commandments, we'll be blessed. Read.
Now, God, this is the book, 1 John, chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. So this is how we know if we know the Most High God. This is how we know if we know him. If we'll keep his commandments. That's the only way you can know him. If we're obedient. If we're doing as he tells us. We have to. We have to do as he tells us. Read.
Verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar. So if we say we know the Most High God, but we're not doing as he's telling us to do, if we're eating shrimp, crab, and lobster, if we eating catfish, if we eating tuna fish, if we eat mussels, if we eat if we celebrate holidays like birthday, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, if we commit adultery, fornication, if we doing all those things, we're lying. We're lying to ourselves and to everybody else, saying that we know the Most High God, because we're not being obedient. Read.
Come. And the truth is not in him.
And the truth is not in him. So there's no truth in that person. He's not in the truth. He's far from the truth because he's not practicing the truth. Read.
Verse 5. But who keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected.
See, it's action. We got for who keepeth his word. Keepeth, that's an action. We got to keep his word. We got to do as he tells us. Whoever keepeth his word, read.
You want to hear from start from there?
Yes, go.
Whoever keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected.
Whoever keepeth his word, for verily the love of God is perfected. See, that is where perfection is. By keeping the Most High God's commandments, his laws, his statutes. And they're not grievous. We're about to get into that. Let's get to actually, before we get to that one, let's get to Romans 6:1. Romans 6:1. Like we need to know that that these laws not to be played with. They're not to be played with whatsoever. And we have a time period. We have a time period. Like we are under grace, but grace runs out eventually. So this is our time period right now to get right. Right now to show the Most High God that we are ready to keep his laws, his commandments perfectly from here on out. We're not going to fall back and backslide like we did in times past. Read, if you got it, Nathaniah.
God, this is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? See, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Sin is the transgression of the law. Is breaking the law. So shall we continue to break the law so that the grace is the time period for us to get right, so it can continue, so grace can continue going? Let's see what that answer is. Read.
Verse 2. God forbid.
God forbid. God forbid. No. La. We got to get it right. We can't purposely sin. We can't purposely transgress the Lord's laws. We can't intentionally break the commandments of God. He created us. He is the all omnipotent creator. He is the God of heaven and earth. He's the one that gave us life, brought us into existence. He created man. He made us in his image. So now it's time for us just to be obedient so we can enjoy this existence. Read. Oh, actually, drop down to verse 15.
Verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace?
What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? See, another question is being posed. What then? Shall we sin because we're not under the law, but under grace? Because we're not under the law? Under the law meaning the punishment of the law. Meaning a priest will chop your head off if you commit adultery or murder. But that's not going on. We're under grace. So that doesn't mean we should harm our brother. That doesn't mean we should commit fornication or adultery or sleep with our neighbors or our brother's wife. We shouldn't do that. Right? Read on.
God forbid.
God forbid. Meaning no. We should not. We got to be perfect, sinless, blameless, just like our King. So we can get the rewards just like our King. Christ sits on the throne, the right-hand side of the Most High God right now. He is second in charge. He's second in charge under the Most High God. He's in charge of the angels. He has more authority than the angels. That's a lot. He's gonna have rulership of the whole entire earth. He's gonna be number one on earth, but he's second in the heavens right now. He's under the Most High God, but he's over the angels. So it's like, if we can keep these laws and commandments, what can we accomplish? What can we do? Christ, he was brought up in sinful. He was made like us, made in sinful flesh like us. You know. So, but he accomplished it. Let's get 1 John 3 and 4. 1 John 3 and 4. Yeah, because the law is all we really have. It's our connection. The law is our connection to Most High God. Besides our history and that's written in the Bible, the law is what is like our covenant between the Most High God and us. The law is like our covenant, and once we broke that covenant, broke that agreement, it's like the Most High God never gave us up, but He had to punish us. He had to punish us for us breaking the covenant. And that's why we went into captivity after captivity after captivity. Read, Nathan.
God, this is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. See, if you commit sin, equal transgression of the law. So please, Baba Kashal, do not sin. Do not transgress the law. Read.
God. For sin is the transgression of the law.
For sin is the transgression of the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. That is why we can't transgress the law. We can't commit sin. Because sin is the very nature of breaking the law. Iniquity, sin, transgression of the law. It's all the same. Is that it on that?
Okay.
All right, let's get 1 John 5 and 3. Baba Kashal.
Okay. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments.
For this is the love of God. For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments. We got to keep His commandments. That's the love of God. That we keep his commandments. Read.
Oh God. And his commandments are not grievous.
And his commandments are not hard to do, are not grievous, are not hard to keep, are not hard to do. They're easy. They're not grievous. They're easy to keep. What's so hard about we just celebrated the Feast of First Fruits. Just celebrate the Feast of First Fruits. What's so hard about coming to the Feast of First Fruits? You know, going to the Sabbath service, going to Passover. What's so hard about going to Passover? Eating some lamb. You know, going to the Passover service. Something hard about these things. Something hard about being a brother. Something hard about that. Loving your neighbor as you love yourself. Let's get Deuteronomy 27 and 1.
You said 26 and 1?
Deuteronomy 27 and 1.
Okay. This is the what now?
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel.
And Moses with the elders of Israel. And Moses was the leader of the Israelites at that time. So Moses with the elders of Israel. These were the men that were in charge under Moses. So Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying. So he was giving out orders to the people. Read.
Okay. Keep all the commandments which I command thee this day.
Keep all the commandments which I command thee this day. We got to keep them all. We got to keep all the commandments I command thee this day. Keep them all. Not just the ones you like. Not just the ones that make you feel good. Not just the ones that you agree with. But keep all the commandments that I command you this day. Read.
Come. Verse 2. And it shall be on the day when ye shall pass over Jordan unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, that thou shalt set thee up great stones.
We can drop that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Come God, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. And it shall come to pass, meaning this is going to happen. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently. If thou shalt hearken. Hearken meaning listen. Diligently meaning continually, always. If thou shalt hearken continually, always, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, unto his laws, his commandments. Read.
Come God, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments.
To observe, to learn. Read. And to do. To learn and to do. So not only do you have to learn, you have to apply what you have learned and do what you have learned. Read.
Which I command thee this day.
So all his commandments. We gotta learn and do all his commandments. What he commanded us this day. Read.
Okay. This day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
But the Most High God will set us on high. He will set us up on high. Read.
Above all nations of the earth.
Above what?
All nations of the earth.
Above what?
All nations of the earth.
Above all nations of the earth. The Most High God will set us above all nations of the earth. If we keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
Count verse 2. And all these blessings,
All these rewards, all these rewards, all these benefits, all these blessings, all these rewards, all these benefits. Read.
count shall come on thee and overtake thee.
All these benefits and all these rewards will come on us and overtake us. So the Lord will bless us, reward us, give us benefits. And they will come to us and it will overtake us. So it'll be so much that we can't even it'll overflow. It will overflow in our cup. Read.
Verse 3.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm going to finish verse 2. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Only if we hearken unto the voice of the Lord our God. We must hearken unto the voice of the Lord our God. Huh? Come. Verse 3.
Blessed shalt thou be in the city.
Blessed shalt thou be in the city. Blessed shalt thou be in the city. So one of the rewards, one of the benefits of keeping the laws and commandments is that we'll be blessed in the city. When we go out amongst the city, when our resources in the city, our living conditions, the city itself will be blessed, clean, profitable. It'll be it won't be able to be attacked easily. It will be no internal strife, violence. But we don't have that. We have the opposite. Drop down to verse 15, Baba Kushal. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Once you get it. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
But it shall come to pass.
But it shall come to pass. Meaning this is going to happen instead. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of thy Lord thy God.
But it shall come to pass if thou will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord your God. So we don't hearken to the voice of our Lord our God. If we don't keep his laws, his commandments, if we don't do as he tells us to do, read.
To observe and do all his commandments.
To observe, to do all his commandments and statutes. To observe, to do all his commandments and statutes. So we refuse to learn his laws, his commandments, and we refuse to do what he tells us to do. We refuse to do his statutes, his commandments. Read on.
Which I command thee this day.
Which I command thee this day. Read.
That all curses shall come upon thee.
That all these curses shall come upon thee. That all these curses shall come upon thee. So all these punishments. All these punishments. So now we won't be blessed. Now we're not getting rewards. Now we're not getting benefits. Now we're getting punished. Read.
And overtake thee.
Not only are we getting punished, but now those punishments are going to overtake us. We're not going to be able to get away from it. No matter where we try to flee to, they will follow us. And now that same cup that overfilled and that overflowed in our blessings is the same cup that's going to overflow in our destruction. So now we get in diabetes. We get in heart failure. We get in lung cancer from all the weed and cigarettes. The shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster is giving us high cholesterol and diabetes. Read.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Cursed shall thou be in the city. So now we're gonna be cursed in the cities. We live right now because we're being cursed, we're being punished. We are in the land of our captivity. We are Hebrew Israelites. We are in the land of our captivity. We are being punished in the cities. How so? Police brutality. We have the police force is brutalizing us in our neighborhoods. We have foreign nations in our communities that set up businesses in our shops, like the Chinese stores, the Crown Fried Chickens, the smoke shops, 24-hour smoke shops, which is crazy, which is only destroying us. Read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Cursed shall thou be in the field. So now we're being cursed in the country too. What we try to plant, if we live in a country, it's not going to be as fruitful as it was before. We're really going to have to labor and we're going to have to toil. We're not going to get that much increase. Our lands might get plagued if we have any land. Our lands might get stripped from us, taken from us. We might be living on somebody else's land, working on somebody else's land. Read.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. So now our basket and our store is getting cursed. What's that? What's our basket? Our basket is our our basket is our is what we use to what is it, our money? Is our money? Yeah, it's our money. Our basket is our money. And money, the water. The basket's our money, and the store is our businesses. So now our pocket's getting hurt. Our pocket's getting hurt, and our businesses are not flourishing as they once was. Read.
Verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body. So what's the fruit of our body? That's talking about a husband and a wife coming together, having intercourse. And after 9 months, a baby. So our children gets cursed now. Our children get cursed. They may be plagued with the development disorders, ADHD, autism. They may only have single parent in the home. A lot of things. Our children get cursed now. Read.
And the fruit of thy land.
And the fruit of thy land. The fruit of our land gets cursed. Everything getting cursed, punished. Everything, a whole nation is getting punished. This one specifically talking about the fruit of our land, and our crops. Wow. Read.
The increase of thine king.
Our kind, yes. Yeah, because we had a lot of farming animals. Our kind, I believe kind, look up kind real fast. I think it's the plural for cows or sheep. Khan. Nathan, Khan, is that sheep or cows, the plural? Khan, is that the sheep plural of Khan? Khan is the plural form of sheep or cows? Khan. Kine. Cows, yeah. It's cows. That's cows. So our kind will be Kine. Our cows will be cursed as well. Read on. Because it said, "Cursed shall be your kind."
And the flocks of thy sheep.
And the flocks of our sheep. Read.
Verse 16, verse 19. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in.
Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in. So when we come into our homes, we facing we facing we might be facing arguments from our spouse. We got to deal with our children. We might be facing bills, top of the bills. Read.
And cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
And cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. We might, like, when we go out, we got we might be targeted, stop and frisk when he was doing that. What else? Cursed when thou beest when thou goest out. How can we be cursed when we goest out? Nathan? Yeah, racial profiling. Yeah, Thwada. Racial profiling. Read on, Book Show.
Verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke.
The Lord thy God shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke. Yes. So we feeling it now. We feeling cursing, vexation, and rebuke. Read.
In all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do.
So in everything that we try to do, cursing, vexation, rebuke. We getting chastised. We getting chastised continually. It's a struggle just to get it done, and it's a punishment. It's not like we want to do it. It's not something that we gravitate towards. It's something that's like it's the last thing we want to do on this earth. Read.
Until thou be destroyed.
Until thou be destroyed. So until we destroy, until we don't know who we are, until we lose our sense of identity, the Most High God is going to put His wrath upon us. Read.
And until thou perish quickly.
Read on.
Because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
See? Because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me, and until thou perish quickly. See, we gotta. The Lord is not playing with us. He's gonna make sure we feel the heat. Like the Lord is quick. The Lord is very merciful, but His mercy runs out, and now He has to punish us because He wouldn't be a righteous Father if He didn't. He has to punish us so He can maintain His righteousness. Read on.
Verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee.
The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee. A pestilence is an infectious disease, such as COVID-19. COVID-19 was a pestilence. And He will make that cleave unto us. cleave unto us. Read.
Until he consumed thee from the land, whither thou goest to possess it.
See? He'll strike down our numbers. That plagues, and plagues strike down our numbers. Will dwindle. Read on. Verse, I believe it's verse 22. Mm-hmm.
Verse 22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflation, with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with the blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
The Lord's not playing around here. He's striking our bodies now. He's striking our bodies with a sword, being put to death. He's striking our bodies with consumption, with fever, inflammation, extreme burning, blasting, mildew, and they're gonna pursue and perish us. So all that, the Lord not playing. We can't disobey the Lord our God. We cannot disobey the Lord our God. Read on.
Verse 23. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be bread, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
And let's read that again, Baba Kushal.
And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thou shall be iron.
And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. So it'll be hard for us to grow things, grow crops. The earth will be brass, so the earth will be iron. So it's hard to dig in. It's not saying we're not gonna get no food, but it's gonna be hard to till the land, to grow things, and then the Most High God is going to be sparingly with the water, with the rain. Read.
Verse 24. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven it shall come down upon thee until thou be destroyed.
And the Lord shall make the rain of the land powder and dust. From heaven shall come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. Again, this is all from disobeying the Most High God. He'll make our rain as this powder and dust, as if it won't be as, it's not going to be as useful as it once was. It won't be as productive as it once was. Read.
Verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one day against them, and flee 7 ways before them.
So now our enemies is overcoming us. We're not overcoming them. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed. Read on.
And shall be removed into all the kingdoms of earth.
And that's where we are today. We in North, Central, and South America. We spread over sparingly all over the globe, but we're mostly congregated in North, Central, South America, and then sparingly we're cast off throughout. We in the UK as well. We all over the earth. Read.
Verse 26. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all flows of the air.
Fowls.
Fowl.
And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air. So now our bodies, we won't get we won't get when we get buried, we won't get a good death, buried, good burial, and all that. Our carcass is going to be laid out in the streets for fowls in the air just to consume upon them. We ain't gonna get a good burial. We ain't gonna get a good death. Read.
And unto the beasts of the earth.
And unto the beasts of the earth. So the raccoons and all your night animals. Read.
And no man shall fray them away.
And no man shall fray them away. Meaning no one's not going to care that your body's just laying there in the street. It's just going to be there, being eaten. Read.
Verse 27. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt.
So now we get in those plagues of Egypt. The botch of Egypt. And that's going to be something on our bodies. Read.
In the hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids. I think that's the hemorrhoids, right? Huh? It says hemorrhoids, but I think they're talking about the hemorrhoids. Same thing? Yeah, same thing. Go ahead.
And with the scab.
And with the scab. Read.
And with the itch.
And with the itch.
Whereof thou canst not be healed.
And whereof thou cannot be healed. So there's not going to be no cure for these things. You're going to have them. Once you get them, you got them. Or we got them. And we won't be able to cure these things off of us because the Lord sent it. And they're going to be there until we fix and amend our ways. Read on.
Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
And the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. We're gonna have problems with our mental health. We're gonna not be able to see. We'll be blind, and we'll have a faint of heart. We'll be scary. We'll be scary. Read.
Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth at darkness. So we'll grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth at darkness. So so I guess it's the middle of the day, and it's like the sun's up, but we won't know what to do. We won't know what to do at that time. We'll be just lost. Read.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
That's that part about not being lost. Everything we try to do, it won't work because we're so lost. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Read.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
And we shall only be oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. So you get a wife, you betroth her, courting, but another man going to lie with her. Read.
Okay. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
You have the capability of building a house. You build this house for yourself. You build this house, but you're not going to be dwelling therein. Someone else going to dwell in that house. Our oppressor. Read. Go ahead.
Even wouldn't that still go with like today, like you know how like for example, like welfare, like a lot of females that's on welfare, the man can't stay there, so they force the man out the house.
Oh, right.
Would that be in the same?
Come.
Verse 30, the end of 30. Thou shalt plant a vineyard and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard and shall not gather the grapes thereof. So we doing all this work, but we're not getting the rewards of the work. The house, building the house, but we can't live. We're not going to go there. We patrol the wife and gamed her up, but we don't lie with her. Someone else lies with her. We plant the vineyard, but we don't taste the grapes thereof. Go ahead.
31. Thy ox shall be slain before thy eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof.
Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. So all our possessions, all our wealth, because our cattle was our wealth. It's taken away, and we don't even get to eat thereof. Read on.
And thou shalt not eat thereof.
Read.
Keep going?
Yeah, keep going. Read.
Thine ass shall be violently taken away from them, from before thy face.
Right. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face. So our work animals, they get the job done for us to make our lives easier. It's going to be violently taken away from us, making our lives harder. Read.
And thou shalt not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them.
And thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. So our sheep going to be taken away from us. We're going to have nobody, and then we can't even fight back to get them back. Read verse 32.
32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. See? Now we're losing our children. That's another punishment. Our loss of children. What is it? What is Nathan? What is it called when they take your children? DHS. See, DHS. The sons and our daughters shall be given unto another people. Today we got DHS for that. Do something out of order. Give your child a righteous punishment, and that you might be called on to report it to DHS. Read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with them, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. So we're gonna be worried about our children. We're gonna be worried about our children. Our eyes are gonna look and fail for longing for them all the day long, all day and all night. We're gonna be worried for our children. Read.
and there should be no might in thine hand.
But with all that worry, we won't be able to do nothing about it. We won't be able to help. We won't be able to help get them back. We won't be able to do anything about it. Read.
Verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt only be oppressed and crushed always. See, we only gonna be oppressed and crushed always, and everything that we do, the other nations are benefiting from it. Like all of our inventions, who gets the credit for it? Or who? Yeah, the oppressor. The oppressor gets the credit for it. So it's like we're just being used and abused. Read.
Verse 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see.
And we'll be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And we'll be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. So it's not going to be a day in the park in our lives, in our nation, on a day-to-day basis. We're going to see our George Floyd. We're going to see our Emmett Till. We're going to see these things broadcast on us, and it's going to and it's going to be a very sorrowful sight. Read.
The Lord, verse 35, the Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sword botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head.
Most High God is striking our body again. And you wonder why you have all those aches and cracks. And not just old age, but what did it say? It said a botch that cannot be healed. Yeah, we gotta make sure that we keeping these laws and commandments so that we don't our bodies don't be at risk. Read. Verse
36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
So now the Lord shall bring thee and the king which thou set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. What's that? And where's that at now? That's the land called America. We in this land, we in this hell called America. And what's going to happen there? Read.
And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
And right there, we're going to serve other gods. We're going to serve wood and stone. And those they represent two of the religions of today. The Christian cross. You got something?
Muslim.
Right. Muslim, the cobblestone. Yeah. Cobblestone. So we got the Christian cross and the cobblestone. Read.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. So the other nations are gonna be like, oh, what's up with these people? We don't want to be like them. Don't be like them. They're not for us. Because that's how low we're gonna become. That's how low of a nation we're gonna become. The other nations not gonna want anything to do with us except use and abuse us. And we're gonna be a proverb of astonishment, a byword. We're not gonna be God's chosen people. We're not gonna be that wise and understanding nation anymore. Read.
That's what they call as a day, like the wetbacks,
Right.
niggers,
Right. Right.
Verse 38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shall gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it.
So thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, meaning we're gonna do a lot of labor. Because carrying the seed that's a lot of labor. Having all that seed, planting it in the ground, putting the dirt over top of it. That's a lot of labor when you have that much seed. And then for it to only become a little, and then for you only to gather a little bit back in because the locust consumed all the product. That's a curse, which we gotta deal with. Read.
Verse 39. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worm shall eat them.
Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worm shall eat them. So now our vineyards are being we doing all this work again, but we get a little reward from it. Little reward. Read.
Verse 40. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with thy oil, for thine olive shall cast its fruit.
Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil, for thy olive shall cast his fruit. For thine olive shall cast his fruit. So our olive is not going to be as fruitful as it once was. We ain't gonna have a lot of oil. We ain't gonna have a lot of oil. This is the anointed oil that we use for the Sabbath service. We ain't gonna have a lot of it because it won't cast its fruit. Read.
Verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Yeah, they're going to take our sons and daughters from us. Today we have DHS. Back then, during slavery times, they would snatch them away from us and sell them to different plantation owners. Sell them to a different plantation. So we won't be able to enjoy our sons and daughters. Read.
Verse 42. In all thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume.
The locust is something else. It's going to consume all the trees and the fruit of thy land. The Lord can plague us with locusts. The locust. Once the Most High God sends them, it's over. It's a wrap. It was one of the plagues in Egypt. Read.
Verse 33. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. So now the oppressor is going to get richer and richer, and we're going to get poorer and poorer. We're going to get very, very low. They're going to keep snatching up the wealth. Keep snatching up the wealth. Wealth. But we not going to have nothing. They're going to keep using us, working us to death. Read.
And he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So now we going to his banks. We're going to him to borrow money. Now he's the head. He has the wealth. He's in charge. He's in rulership. Read.
Verse 35. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and statutes which he what? Sorry, my paper is messed up.
Which he commanded.
Which he commanded thee. So that right there. See, these curses that's in Deuteronomy 20th chapter, from 15 on down, is going to follow us and pursue us, all because we chose not to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
And this is how you know. This is how you're gonna know who the Israelites are, because they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So from generation to generation, it's going to be upon us. And it's going to be a sign to signal who the Israelites are. These are the Israelites, not Amalek, not the so-called Jewish man who's in the land of Israel today since 1948, I believe, when they came back and came and occupied the land. Read.
Verse 47. Because thou served not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. We chose not to serve the Lord thy God with joyfulness and gladness of heart. And we had a chance. But now he's giving us a chance again to keep the laws and commandments with joyfulness and gladness of heart. Read.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Therefore thou shalt serve thy what?
Thine enemies.
Thine what?
Thine enemies.
So we're going to serve it. We have enemies. That's one thing God realized. We have enemies here on this earth. And as the other nations. If he's not your brother is your brother. But we have true enemies here on the earth. You might have a beef with an Israelite, you can squash that. We have We have enemies here on earth. That's other nations. Our oppressors are enemy. Amalek is our enemy. Mawaba, Moab, Ishmael. All of them are our enemies. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness. Read.
And in want of all things. And
So the Lord going to send. So therefore, the Lord, therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. So then now we're going to be relying on our oppressors, on our enemies for food, for water, for clothing, and anything else that we desire. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. That's those shackles from slavery. Read.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until you have destroyed thee. Until we don't know who we are no more. Until we are lost here in a land called America. Read.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far. Read.
From the end of the earth.
From the end of the earth. So now the Lord going to bring a nation from thee again from far, from the end of the earth. Read.
As swift as the eagle flieth.
As swift as the eagle flieth. And what is America's symbol? The eagle. It's standard. It's the bald eagle. It's on the post office. It's the the quarter. Yeah, it's on the quarter. Good catch. Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. We ain't going to understand this nation's tongue, his language, how he speak, how he talk. Read.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which thou shalt not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. So they're not going. This nation is going to have a fierce countenance. They're going to not care. They're not going to care about the person of the old. Or the young. They will harm us. I mean, they will harm us bad, and they just won't care. Read.
Verse 51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thine kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee.
So basically, he's going to eat and take everything of ours until we be destroyed. He's going to eat all our cattle, eat all the fruit of our land. He's not going to leave us any corn, wine, or oil. Take all our cows, our flocks of sheep, until we be destroyed. He's going to destroy us. Read.
Verse 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trusteth throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout the land, which thy Lord thy God hath given thee.
And now and for this punishment, for this curse, when we was in our land, he was going to besiege it. Meaning he was going to surround us, take down, then attack us, and attack us, and he's going to surround where we at, so, and then attack our high and fenced walls, and then put us into captivity. Read.
Verse 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee.
Right. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body. We know what the fruit of our body is. That's our children. And so in the siege, and there was an example of that in that book. What was that book called? When the mother ate her daughter into the soldiers. Oh, I forget the book. They bring it out all the time in class. But it was what is it? You know what it's done? No, Slack it. But it's a story in Israel where a mother ate her own son, ate her own child, because it was a siege going on. There was nothing in the siege to eat. They was eating the leather off their boots. Because the leather is made off of cow skin. So they was eating that. And then the soldiers came through. They were smelling something, and the soldiers was coming through, and they were smelling something, and it was like, "What's this?" And when they looked at it, it was amazing. It was dumbfounded and amazing, and they just walked out. Read.
Verse 54. 53. In the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee.
Read.
Verse 54. So that man that is tender among you and very delicate.
So the man that is tender among you and very delicate. So compassionate. The man is very compassionate towards his brother. Very caring for his brother. Read.
His eye shall be evil towards his brother.
Now that compassionate brother, his eye is going to be evil toward his brother. His eye is going to be evil toward his brother. Read.
And toward the wife of his
bosom.
Of his bosom.
And toward the wife of his bosom. So now he's going to be evil toward his wife. Read.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. And toward the remnant of the children, which he shall leave. He's going to leave those children. Read on.
Verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he has nothing left in the seed. In the straitness where thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates.
So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he have nothing left in Nothing left him in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thy enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates. So this is another punishment. We sieged up, and then we resort to cannibalism. Read.
Verse 6. The tender and delicate woman among you, which will not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
The tender and delicate woman among you, which will not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. So she's so tender and delicate, she won't even set her foot upon the ground. That's how tender she was, Nathaniel. That's how tender she was. She won't even set her foot upon the ground. Now her eye is going to be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. This is a curse. Our families, there'll be infighting within the families. Read 57.
And toward her young that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, whereas thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
Right. She's and toward her young one that cometh out between her feet. So her babies, her newborn babies, she's gonna have an evil eye towards them. And then she's gonna eat, and then in the siege, she also gonna resort to cannibalism. When the oppressors seized our gates back in what was it? 70 AD? Oh, yeah, 70 AD. Read.
Verse 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God.
If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God. Read on.
Verse 59. The Lord will make thy plagues wonderful.
The Lord will make our plagues wonderful if we don't fear him. We have to fear. We have to observe. We have to learn his law, statutes, and commandments. Because then he's going to make the Lord will make the plagues wonderful. Read.
And the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues.
And the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues. Read.
And of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance.
And of long sickness, and of sore sickness, and of long continuance. Let's drop down to verse 64.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. The Lord will scatter us among all people. Read.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other. Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
So now we're going to serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. See, we're going to serve someone else. We're not going to serve the Lord no more. Read.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone, that's that Christian cross, and that's that cobblestone. That's that Christianity and that Muslim mosque. Now let's drop down to verse 68.
Verse 58. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt comes from the Greek word Egyptos, which means bondage. And the Lord shall bring thee into bondage again with ships. That's talking about that transatlantic slave trade. We are the only people that went into captivity, into slavery with ships. The blacks, the Latinos, the First Nation men, women, and children. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. We won't see our homeland again no more. We won't see our land no more. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So we're gonna be sold unto our enemies for slave men and slave women. And no man's gonna be able to buy us out or redeem us out of the captivity that we're in. So this was the Wednesday night law class. We went over milk scriptures and that Christ did not do away with the law. And I was priest and officer Abadaya of 1,000. I'm gonna pass it over to priest officer Nathaniah of 50.
This is the I.S.U.K security announcements. We got an I.S.U.K started out of 1 West, on the 25th Street, all in New York, with Commander GEN.YAHANNA. For rules for new brothers and sisters, when a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to marry, but to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithers is a commandment. You find that in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in Hebrew, Mayashura, 10% of any increase the Lord gives you. Give treasury department, priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever. You will like. Upcoming holy convocation will be Wednesday, October.
Memorial blowing of trumpets.
The memorial blowing of the trumpets, and the memorial blowing of the trumpet, and that will be Wednesday, the 2nd October. And that's the holy convocation. Remember icons and I.S.U.P.K to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start to wear all black boots, shirt, pants, and headbands. And with that, I you can stand. And in Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. I.S.U.P.K, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatham.
I.S.U.P.K, Shar, face the sisters. And in Israel, we're going to give sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
I.S.U.P.K,